I mean, we were just talking about this, this shake right here. It's a Shakeology, and I've been on it 5 years now, and it doesn't. I can tell you right now, overall, I mean, this has done so much for me, and I'm not just saying that. I've lost about 54 pounds over the 5 years. I mean, it's not a lot of weight, because I didn't really need to lose that much weight, and I was already in pretty decent shape, okay. But it's like he said, I mean, it's one of those things where there's a program for everyone. You just have to find what fits. So you have to get with a coach and see what fits for you.
Right.
But the facts are, is like you said, is that most people are going to have to find an alternative to getting healthy, because insurance is not going to cover what's needed when you go to the doctor. They're not going to cover it. So here's your solution. And you have to start doing things like Shakeology. You have to do some, like you said, moderate exercise. But really, ultimately, the maximum nutrition is what you really need, a meal replacement, because most people don't eat in the morning.
Right.
Most people eat a large meal at night. This will offset your cravings and all of those things that you have.
You're going to have to decide. Everybody's going to have to decide this at some point. You're either going to pay the doctor or you're going to pay the farmer. You're going to invest in something, whether you want to or not. It's almost like your car, and you know that you need that oil change, but you're like, I'll wait a little bit. I'll wait a little bit longer. Well, if you continue to wait and wait and wait, eventually it's going to break down, and you're going to have that big expense.
Yeah.
It's no different with your body. It's the same way.
Yeah. Either pay the price now or pay later.
Right. And so that's basically how it works. And that's why I have to be affiliated with something that is a true lifestyle change. And they've done it. They basically laid it the right company.
That's
right.
You can be affiliated with a company, but this is the right.
This, for me, I've done it. You've done it. And we know that it works. Once I know that, there's nothing else that needs to be said. So
I mean, and I want to add, I was going to tell you what one of the programs has done for me. Like I said, P90X, 25 pounds, and then, we kind of go through the motions, I guess you kind of get that, what do they call that? Success coma or something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, I lost the weight. Now let me just go back to kind of eating some of the things I want to eat.
Right.
And we've all been there, right? But now, for me, in the last year, I've been doing this program. It's called the Beast, Body Beast. And I've actually competed 4 times. My last event, I won. And it's not about the winning part. I like the process. For me, it's not about getting on stage. Ultimately, to end this, it's about, for me, the stage of life.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I do these programs, and that's why I take this every day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome. It's just so cool to hear. Our stories are so different, but they're so powerful.
Right.
And we hear this all the time from our customers.
And it's not to brag. I mean, I'm not saying all
it's
this
just
to brag,
no.
really.
It's amazing, because who would have thought that that's where you would be now? At the end of the day, for me, the biggest thing is that I have these programs. They work for my lifestyle. They allow me to get those 4 pillars in place.
Right.
I can do it on my time, and they work. And they have programs I have so many different programs that I can follow. And I know that if I'm not following something, if I don't have a blueprint for something, then I will go all over the place. Yeah. And I love having a blueprint. And so that's the reason why it's so cool, because they've created the blueprint. I've done it. I believe in it. I know it works. Now, all I need to do is just tell people, okay, this is the blueprint that you need to do based on what that person needs. Yeah. That's it.
And I would say this too, this part is really key for me. I just happen to like making money.
Right.
And I mean, it's just...
That's okay too.
I mean, I hear a lot of people say I don't need money, which I understand that. I mean, I get it. I understand what they mean sometimes when they say that. And yes, it is about inspiring. But here are the facts, is that I never thought in a million years, because I'm a business guy, like I think business kind of before I think fitness. And I think a lot of people I used to think that, like, maybe in my 30s, not way back, like in my 20s, when I played sports. Here's where I'm going, is that I never thought in a million years that I would want to be in the fitness industry, inspiring people. It really starts by starting. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
when you get started, you're
Mhm.
going to find that it's like, oh my gosh, I never even imagined in a million years that I'd be telling people about this and getting paid for it.
Right. Right.
And that's what's huge. That was the difference maker for me, is that I didn't think that there was any money in the fitness industry. It's
Right,
like,
right, right.
you know, whatever,
Right,
fitness.
right.
You know, I mean, really, I didn't. I never thought that. I really.
I mean, to me, it's such an awesome thing, because the more people you help, the more money you make.
Right.
And
that's
you're not
exactly,
helping. You're not. We're not selling nails.
Right.
You're actually really
Inspiring
giving
people.
inspiring people, but giving them a solid solution to taking control of their life.
That's the part.
That's what's so
That's
awesome
what
about
I
it.
loved about this.
So
man.
yes, if I do that a lot, then I'm going to make a lot. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is what is so amazing about it. The more you help, the more you make.
I would equate that to
Right.
basically getting people and finding them the house.
Right. Right.
I felt like I was really doing something for them. I
Right,
helped
right,
them,
right.
and obviously the amount of lives you impact,
Right.
you know, it's a
Right.
direct reflection on your income.
Right, exactly.
So
That's a
Yeah.
cool thing. That's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
All right.